Darling? Yes. The girl.
The girl, you.
I probably won't be playing a song on the guitar, but YouTube me. And you, honey? Yep.
I hear you every time I go to sleep.
You do? Do you play my lullaby record?
Yeah.
I love that. I'm singing you to sleep, aren't I? I am very glad I'm doing that. Thanks for listening to it. Anything else? Yeah.
Will be on The Voice.
Will I be on The Voice this season? No. Did they pick any judges for The Voice? Did I hear that? Jealous. Damn it, Shakira. Oh. Yeah. Is there somebody I would read my poems to that would be a sounding board for me? I would read my poems to a few people that were close to me, but I honestly, sounds terrible, I wouldn't accept her critiques. It's such a private process, and I had a bar in my head that I didn't always achieve. But making your own mistakes is such a privilege. I don't know why, I've always felt very protective of it. And your own thoughts are so unique to you. They're our own little thumbprint. And even if you fail, I don't know, I've always just felt, I don't know, you have to hone your own compass. You have to know when you think you did something good and know when you think you did something bad. And as a professional writer, later that came in handy because the press was always telling me I was doing something good when I thought it was terrible and telling me I was doing something bad when I was proud of it. You have to have your own compass. And I think that, I don't know, I hope that doesn't sound arrogant. I would read my poems for people, but I tried to reserve the right to judge it for myself, if that makes any sense. And I even be a little peevish, maybe, about getting too much critiquing. Anything else? Yeah.
When you wrote Hands, and then September 11th happened, what was it like for you to have them play it in honor of what everybody's experiencing in the world?
Yes, I wrote a song called Hands when I was homeless and I was 18, and later it became, it was played on the radio during 9/11, and it really was an honor. It was very surreal. You never think as a homeless kid struggling and writing. I wrote the lyrics about if you watch what your hands are doing, you can see what your life's going to become, and nobody can control them, no matter what, but you. And to have that used in the time of such hurt in America was very humbling and very staggering and very surreal, for sure. Yes?
You brought up Intuition, 0203. I thought it was a good record first.
Oh, thank you.
But at the heart of it was still your songwriting. It was just a pop album, and it almost seemed misunderstood.
Yeah.
Like tongue-in-cheekiness of it.
Yeah.
I just wondered if you could elaborate a little on dealing with that.
Yeah.
Like, because almost, if it was backlash, I don't know. I mean, but it was, it was different, and you got a different reaction from people. I was wondering
What it was like?
What it was like.
Yeah.
To deal with.
Who's asked me what the backlash from my pop album was like to deal with? It was really interesting. The way I looked at it was my first album, Pieces of You, was very successful, and if I didn't blow it and if I saved my money, I didn't have to have a hit again ever the rest of my life, and that's a crazy position to be in. Now, I wrote my first album never thinking I was going to have a hit. I didn't know what a radio hit was, and so it put tremendous pressure on me. Can you write another Who Will Save Your Soul? When that record did so well, it took all the pressure off of me, in my eyes, because if I saved my money, I didn't have to have a hit. I didn't have to prostitute my art to make a huge mortgage on a house or because I bought yachts. So I tried to live within my means and live a affordable lifestyle and keep my money in the bank. And then I just did whatever the frick I felt like. And that's how I looked at it. I felt like if you get pigeonholed, it's your own fault and you have nobody to blame but yourself. And it's not comfortable. The only way to break out of that is to do different work and to push yourself. I also found it really interesting. It's a hard thing to talk about, but I found it interesting as a young woman, the idea of being, people want you to look a certain way to be smart, and it was, I really rebelled against it. It bothered me. And in fact, I remember Clive Davis, a very famous record man, said, nobody wants to see Joni Mitchell in a miniskirt. And it just bothered me. It bothered me that somebody's going to tell me how I'm going to dress or how I can look if I want to be considered intelligent, and I really rebelled against it. Ironically, that whole video was completely about Jewel. I forget what. There was a lot of like funny lines on the bottom of the ticker tape, but ironically, people didn't get it. It was my fans did completely, but yeah, a lot of people didn't. But it was like this great social experiment. But I love pop music. I would do it again in a heartbeat, and love dance remixes and things like that. And I'll make another pop record probably someday, but who knows? After my hip hop record. Yeah, in the white shirt. Would I write a book about my experiences being homeless? It'd be a sad book. It's not a very good book. A way to survive the streets, the cold, calculating street smarts of a folk singer. I don't know. It rolls around in my brain. I haven't figured out. It was such a confusing and difficult time for a lot of other reasons that I haven't even quite figured out how to make sense of it for myself. I wouldn't doubt if sometime I talk about it, but it hasn't really come out yet. In the black sweater. One more question. Yeah. Angel. Thank you. She said on my first record I had a song called Angel Standing By, and what inspired it. Moving out on my own when I was 15 was frightening. I was scared a lot. I really suffered from a lot of anxiety, and I wrote myself lullabies. It made me feel better. It calmed me down, and it really soothed me. And so I really just did it for myself. So that's where it came from. And it's been neat to hear that other people get the same a peaceful feeling when they hear it, because it's what it did for me, for sure. Thank you guys. I'm going to be signing books for you there soon.
All right, so if you have a book and you'd like to get it signed, just line up at the